My name is Muhangs Isaac, and I'm one of the directors of Kabiura Farm. So we are here to talk about agriculture, and under agriculture, now we have a new component, relatively new, something called agro-tourism. So the benefits of agriculture, there are many. Of course, as you know, it employs a number of us, including myself. So employment is key. We get food and foreign exchange. So on agro-tourism, it would help us more because it will train our people, especially students. We get quite a number of schools here on Kabiura Farm. During, I think, second term, we get almost every day we get a school with many students. So it teaches, people learn. Then secondly, it is also an employment factor. It will employ many people. And then thirdly, forex. So because, for example, we are along the Queen Elizabeth National Park Road. So for a tourist to come from Germany and stay in Queen Elizabeth for one day would be a loss to Uganda as a country. But if you can come and know that, for example, if I go to Kabiura Farm, I will know the source of tea, source of black tea, I will know the source of coffee, I will know the source of our milk, it would be a benefit to our country because you will stay longer, you will spend more here in the country, and it's good. Agro-tourism is a business like any other. If you invest, you earn more. So I think we need to invest more in it in terms of infrastructure, accommodation, food, catering, so that it attracts more and we earn more.
Agriculture, as you all know, we are almost 70%, am I correct? 70% of our population is agrarian. They depend on subsistence farming. But the tenfold growth strategy, or the NDP4, National Development Plan 4, is seeking to make sure that we evolve from a peasant economy to a commercialized economy, so that we all move into the money economy. And what better way to do that by adding agri-tourism, making sure that agriculture and tourism work together. I think that is extremely important, and we need to think about it as well. I also said Valentine is around the corner intentionally, talking about the opportunities that you have to market your products. You will see people coming up with all sorts of packages. Already some are taking advantage. People are calling people to Kalangala. Are you calling people to your place? To your places? Somebody talked about the opportunity to market. Are you telling them, I have this package, come and we enjoy a good evening at the farm? These opportunities should be taken advantage of. How are you tapping into? How are you making sure? I'm sure when Christmas was coming, already you had a few chicken to sell. So the same applies to when Easter comes. Will you have enough product to put to the market? That is extremely important. I come here to talk about tourism and, of course, how we are going to link it with agriculture. Tourism is one of the fastest growing industries worldwide, even in Uganda. Last year, we registered about 1.6 million visitors coming to Uganda for various reasons, but mainly tourism reasons. 1.6 million people came to Uganda to see different things in the country. So how do you tap into that opportunity? Those that are coming into the country, how do you tap into that opportunity and say, also a bit of that money is mine? That is extremely important, and that is why we are here to see how we can tap into that opportunity. From a tourism point of view, many of you have known tourism to be all about wildlife. It's all about going to the national parks, isn't it? In many cases, when we talk about tourism, you say, there is this national park, there is this. If you are to add on a few things, you say, okay, there is also source of the Nile. But very few people talk about tourism in the sense of visiting a farm. Very few people talk about tourism in other senses of going for, a cultural entertainment, of going to a food or culinary experience. Very few people look at it that way. But believe me not, that is what people want. People want to experience life. People want to immerse themselves in the life that you lead in that particular country. My first experience with agro-tourism was during our campus days at Makerere. I think there was a very famous farmer in Mbarara called Kashirinji, Madam Kashirinji. So they took us there, to appreciate what is happening in the West. It is the first time I saw someone's house being able to accommodate over 80 people. 80 of us came in a whole bus, and we all slept on each one with a mattress. That lady, I think, had a bit of money. She had money. We asked her, I think we arrived late in the evening, we asked her, can you give us some water or tea? She says, I don't have, I just have milk. Yes, and all of us got a cup of milk. All of us. The next day, they took us around to appreciate agricultural practices. And what struck me up to this point is that Madame Kashirinji's farm and the neighbor were divided by a footpath. A footpath, in our villages, is a footpath. Your farms are divided by footpaths. Yes. The matoke this side on Madame Kashirinji's place were overflowing. Huge. The ones across where you would say what has happened. Yes. And it all boiled down to agricultural practice. It boiled down to discipline. It boiled down to the knowledge that Madame Kashirinji was putting into her farm and gaining a lot of resources, unlike her neighbor with whom they just separate by footpath. Madame Kashirinji had a pickup, a new one, a house that can accommodate 80 people. The other one had a small house. And they were all working. The laborers working this side were the ones working the other side. So you can appreciate the power of knowledge. You can appreciate the power of knowing what to do and what it does. But more importantly, that is what attracts us to come and reveal, to come and enjoy, to come and see what you have.
there are a number of well-developed companies that are actually working in agro-tourism, and they are doing a lot of work even integrating with the traditional tourism, so that people who are experiencing what goes on at the farm also get integrated into the traditional tourism packages.
The customers who come for these agro-tourism excursions. The executive director of the association talked about some of these people. Schools, you know, it is now even ingrained in the curriculum. It's a policy direction, very deliberate, that people need to learn what to do. People need to learn. So as a result, you are now being taken through practical courses. And that is your first customer. All these schools are mandated by policy and law to come and learn what to do. They are doing school tours. Don't you see them? But many of them are not coming to you. We'll talk about marketing later. But that is one of the greatest opportunities that you have. People are coming to learn, and you have the spaces, the knowledge, and everything for them to learn. It is also an opportunity for the youth who are looking for jobs. Because jobs, I can tell you, are not very easy. People have finished university and looked for work and failed to get work, theoretical work. And the best work is the practical work. It pays, it is productive. But people who missed that opportunity of learning are coming to you to say, how do I start? I'm sure, Madam, here in this farm, people learn a lot. How do I start a small fish pond? How do I do mushrooms? How do I do chicken? And so on and so forth. It's an opportunity to learn. So many people are moving around deliberately to learn what to do. And that is a business opportunity that you should know by policy and law to come and learn what to do. They are doing school tours. Don't you see them? But many of them are not coming to you. We'll talk about marketing later. But that is one of the greatest opportunities that you have. People are coming to learn, and you have the spaces, the knowledge, and everything for them to learn. It is also an opportunity for the youth who are looking for jobs. Because jobs, I can tell you, are not very easy. People have finished university and looked for work and failed to get work, theoretical work. And the best work is the practical work. It pays, it is productive. But people who missed that opportunity of learning are coming to you to say, how do I start? I'm sure, Madam, here in this farm, people learn a lot. How do I start a small fish pond? How do I do mushrooms? How do I do chicken? And so on and so forth. It's an opportunity to learn. So many people are moving around deliberately to learn what to do. And that is a business opportunity that you should know. It's an opportunity to learn. So many people are moving around deliberately to learn what to do. And that is a business opportunity that you should not skip. There is also the international community. People who come from abroad, they want to see, where do you stay? How do you make a living? And many of them have been asking us, that after showing me all these animals in the national parks, what more can you show me? And when we've tried to take them to a farm, some of them have been even more excited than the national parks where you've taken them. Because they have connected with the community, they have learned where the coffee comes from. It's now not just about the coffee they are drinking, but how is it planted? Who plants it? What is the science behind? How does it grow? How is it roasted? How does it get from the farm to the fork? That is an experience everybody is looking for. Not only the international, but also people from Kampala. And I don't know whether you've seen the demographics around Kampala. I know many of you are coming from the eastern part. Definitely some of you have a bit of land in those areas. But if you have moved around, even here in Nigeria, you will hardly find somebody who has a small piece of green in their plots. So, where do they go to relax? Where do they go to learn? How do they know about a banana tree or banana plantation? It is by going to these agro farms. It presents a great opportunity. Many of you are asking, where is the market? That is the market we are describing. We'll talk about how do we market it, how do we reach it, but that is the market we are talking about, and it is huge. It is huge. You shouldn't fear that there is a problem with the market. What opportunity does agro-tourism bring? I will not go so much into the definitions. My colleague really talked about these definitions of what agro-tourism is and so on and so forth. So what opportunities do we get? One of them is that integration with the value chain, the tourism value chain. You are the greatest suppliers of foodstuffs to the hotels, to the tourists. Any hotel, and count this now to be a hotel, for instance, all the foodstuffs here come from the farmers, isn't it? So you are the suppliers. It is a great opportunity that you need to look into. You link directly into the tourism value chain by supplying the foodstuffs that we take, the matoke, the bananas, the apples, and so on and so forth. You supply to that industry. But more importantly, from a tourism point of view, you also diversify. I've just been talking about tourism being understood as going to the national park. It is now much wider. It is no longer about going to the national park. Those of you who follow sports, football, AFCON is coming here in 2027. Lots and lots of people are going to come to Uganda. Not because they are coming to see the national park, but they are coming for football. I don't know whether some of you follow these days, there's a craze about marathons, running. And you've heard about the Rwenzori Marathon? Yes. Rwenzori Marathon was able to attract over 6,000 people to Kasese over a weekend. Over 6,000. Just a marathon. They also went to Mbale, which is closer to you. I don't know when you're organizing one in Palisa or Kumi. You get it? But we are trying to say that tourist activities or attractions are beyond the traditional that we have. People are interested in all sorts of things. People are moving for food. I heard him talk about, is it called Milinzi? That place where people go and eat. Where is she? Hey! Now I recognize her. I didn't know her, but I've seen her on TikTok.